Well, Magic players, welcome you to episode number 73 of the Brewers Tavern. So close to 100. Charles, good to have you here today.
Good to be here. Thanks everyone for joining us for episode 73.
After all my lands got destroyed last episode, hopefully this will not happen this episode.
So for today, since you had so much fun, I have 4 sinkholes, 4 stone rains,
4
4
ice
ice storms,
Nice.
the strip mine. I'm playing 4 Armageddons. I just don't want you to have any land.
5-color land destruction.
That's right. I have no win cons. I just want to destroy lands.
Okay,
that's not today's deck. Today I have a really cool deck. In an earlier episode, I played Dominic's mono blue Juxtapose list. And I mentioned then that there was a 5-color list, or it's 4-color. I guess there's the 5th color in the sideboard Juxtapose list. And I'm really excited to try that. I've made a lot of changes, so it's kind of, I own the deck at this point. If it's good or bad, I might have made it worse. So I don't want to cast too much blame on anyone but me if it doesn't work. But I wanted to start with Dom's multicolored Juxtapose list and see how that would do compared to the mono blue. What do you have today?
I brought a monocolor deck, a mono blue aggro list with a lot of Arabian Nights cards, so I hope you do not have a lot of City in the bottles, otherwise I'm wrecked again. And I brought at least 2 new cards, which we didn't have on stream yet. Just mono blue, straightforward. It reminds me a little bit of Jordan Boyle's Merfolk list, but without Merfolks.
Okay, well, that sounds good. Let's go to the decks and let's take a look at what list you have.
Exactly. Let's move on. We start with my list and then we go on to yours. And here we are. This is my deck list. It is a mono blue, as I said. I added a lot of Arabian cards because at some point I thought, okay, you have now in the main board 10 or 11 Arabian Nights cards. And I didn't add the Serendips at that time because I thought I have too many, but I crossed the line already. I mean, if my opponent has the City in a bottle, I'm done anyways. The new cards here in this list are one card is the Force Spike. To be honest, Charles and I were discussing a lot whether we can play a card like that on stream or not, because especially a card like Force Spike lives from the fact that your opponent doesn't know that you have it.
Yeah, but we spoke about that, and I'm going to be playing as if I don't know that you have it, and that's not too difficult to do. So I'm not going to be purposely playing around it. I'm going to play as if I assume you don't have it. Now, once you play it and you catch me in a game, after that, of course, I'll know that you have it. But for any of the game ones that we play before sideboard, because typically you play best 2 out of 3. So if we play 2 game ones, for any game ones we play, I don't know how many, depending on how long, I will not be playing around it. But if I see it in a game 1, then I'll be very well aware that I may have to play around it in game 2. And of course, you may take them all out, which is one of the neat things about Force Spike is once you show it to your opponent and you catch them, there's this fear that, oh no, I have to wait a turn because I need an extra land. And that's almost like a half a time walk.
Yeah.
So the fear is there, and I don't know whether you take it out or not. So the game ones, I'm going to play as if you don't have it for sure.
Exactly. And the other new card is Phantasmal Forces. It's a card from Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited. It's 4 mana, flying, 4/1. But you need to pay a blue mana in your upkeep, otherwise it is destroyed. But I think it is a super solid 4-drop. Heavily underplayed. I mean, when you play Serendip is always better, but a 4/1, it doesn't matter, that the toughness doesn't matter, because as long as it's not higher than 4, it will die anyways to Psyblast, Lightning Bolt, Swords to Closures. All of that also affects creatures with toughness higher than 1. The only card which trades with it, or the only 2 which I just have in mind now, is Brothers of Fire, which will kill it immediately, instead of, let's say, a Serra Angel or an Air Elemental or something like that, and Prodigal Sorcerer. But
And those aren't played that much. I think it's a really cool card. It's kind of like a flying juggernaut in a way, right?
yeah,
Because one
exactly.
power, three power almost never makes a difference. Especially in the air, it's harder to block it, right?
Yeah,
So in the air is much different than the three
it's
power one doesn't really matter too much.
it's
And a four,
unaffected by mode. You can just swing through.
and it
Um,
doesn't get hit by bottle.
yeah, exactly, and it doesn't get hit by bottle. The rest of my creatures, the rest of the 10 creatures get hit by bottle. So main goal here is counter the bottle, bounce the bottle, or energy flux the bottle, or Nevinrad's disc the bottle. Whatever you do, just kill the bottle. Um, yeah, I went with 4 Psyblasts and a Twister. When you do not have red and just play blue, I can just recommend 4 Psyblasts because you just have 16 damage in the deck already there. So you just need one swing of a, let's say, Phantasmal Force, and you win that thing if you draw 4 Psyblasts. In the sideboard, nothing special, nothing new. Only solid cards. I went with 3 Energy Flux. 1 is in the main board, 3 in the sideboard. I like to surprise my opponents at least a little bit, and I don't care a lot if I lose or if I lose my Moxen or not. Then the Nevinrad's Disc is against other aggro decks or cards like the Abyss, because mono blue can only deal with the Abyss when you play Boomerang and bounce it and counter it afterwards. And I mean, it works, but it is not the best plan to deal with it. Yeah, besides that,
So I
yeah,
have a question. So looking at this list, this is what surprises me the most. So the Serendip so lands that produce blue but are not islands are definitely good for that. But that's a tall order to play 4 Cities of Brass. I'm surprised by that because you do not have any other card other than blue cards and artifacts. So I'm surprised that you're playing 4 cities. Yes, you could get away with taking 3 damage with sacking a land, but anytime you use it, you're going to be taking a damage. So I'm not sure there's really a savings there, and you're making your mana base much more vulnerable to bottle. So I'm
the thing
surprised.
is, the thing is, I just don't want to get infinite damage out of the dip. And normally, on average, you take 3 damage out of a City of Brass per game, if I'm not mistaken. And that means when I sack it for the Serendip, the first sack is basically, let's say, not for free, but it's like sacking 1 island. But if I would add, for example, a Underground Sea or a Volcanic to at least splash Lightning Bolt or Demonic Mind Twist, I will get every time 3 from the Serendip, because UC and Volcanic both count as island. And to be honest, I just want to play the big guy. He's
All right.
not seeing a
Well,
lot of play, and I just like him. You know, he's 4 mana, 5/6. He makes the
oh,
game
I think
fast.
it's a cool card for sure. Okay, I just wanted to at least ask you and touch on that. Okay,
I
great
just don't
list,
want
and
to
I'd
get
say
hit infinite out of the Serendip. And it's not, I mean, yes, of course, the mana base then gets a little bit clunky because when your opponent slams a city in a bottle, it's kind of hard. But I mean, this deck is super hard behind anyways when your opponent slams a city of brass, city in a bottle. You know what I mean? Because I have 10 out of my 18 creatures, if I count in the Mishras, are from Arabian Nights.
okay. I just wanted to touch on that quickly. I'd say let's go to my deck list, and
Yeah,
then
sure. Let's move on and talk a little bit about your deck list. Here we are.
all right. Okay, so this started as Dom's multicolored juxtapose list. I've made some changes, especially in the sideboard. But this is really great. And again, juxtapose is a card, just to remind everybody, it's a blue sorcery for 1 blue and 3 colorless. When you cast it, you first trade the highest casting cost creature with your opponent if you both have a creature. If both of you don't, then you skip that. And if there's a tie, like if your opponent has 2 creatures that each have a 2 casting cost, then your opponent would choose. And then once that's done, you then trade the highest casting cost artifact. So kind of the idea is my creatures, I have Trikes. I have one Tetravis. Those are the creatures I have. So and I have Birds of Paradise. So the idea is with the robots, I can either shoot the counters or take the 1/1 counters off. And if that's my highest casting cost creature, if they're on the board, you can give your opponent a 1/1 creature, which isn't great, and take back a better creature. Or if I don't have a robot, I can give my opponent a Birds of Paradise and take back a good creature. And then you trade artifacts. And if you look at the artifacts that I have, a tap mana vault would be the best artifact to give. You get the speed from it, and then you saddle your opponent with have no untap it or take damage. But if you look at the other artifacts, they're either mana rocks, a chaos orb I can always use, so that won't be on board. I do have one main deck City in a Bottle, and of course, giving a City in a Bottle to your opponent means nothing because that's one of like the cards like Winter Orb or Ankh that it doesn't matter who on what side of the board it's on; it has the same effect. Or I have a disc, and disc would be my highest casting cost artifact. So if that's on board, I would have to trade that, but I can always decide to use the disc or keep it back and not play it. So again, just like in the mono blue, kind of my novelty that I contributed to this kind of deck tech is Dances of Many from the Dark, and that's a blue enchantment. It costs blue to cast, and when you play it, it creates a token of any creature on the board. So you can copy a Triskelion, which would be great to shoot more counters. A Tetravis, if you're in a pinch and your opponent plays a fast Shazam, you can copy the Shazam just to buy yourself time. Or what you can do is you can copy whatever creature you want, and you can juxtapose and give your opponent that creature. And what Dance of Many says is, if you do not pay UU in your upkeep, then the token is destroyed. So you can give your opponent the token, and then since you still control the enchantment, not pay it, and you get to keep the creature that you took, and then you can just have that destroyed by not paying the upkeep. Sideboard, since I'm going for 4 birds, I splashed, I have 4 cities, and I splashed 1 white dual land. I figured I would try to put 4 disenchants on the sideboard in case you have cards that you really can't deal with, Underworld Dreams, Energy Flux, or other enchantments that you really don't like. And the rest of it's pretty standard, blue blast, red blast. I didn't want to splash too much white, so I went with Maze of Ith, because I don't have that many white sources. I thought that was better. Earthquake, which I was able to splash in case there's weenies, and then Purples and a balance if I need it. But I loved playing the mono blue list. I'll be excited to play the multicolor Juxtapose list, and hopefully it works at least one game. And with that, I'd say let's go to the Brewers Tavern and play some Magic.
Yeah, let's move on. 1 second, and here we are. Hey. I guess you're even as always.
Yep.
2, you start.
All right. I think you won the last few rolls, so I'm happy
That's
to
true.
be back playing first. Pile 2.
Pile number 1.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this one land. I can't cast anything.
I mean, you can turn 2 Mind Twist me for 3 or so.
Yeah, well, I'm never untapping that, and I can't cast birds. I just can't do it. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't have a second blue for transmute. I just don't think that's worth. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Number 3.
I will, ouch, I'll go to
Oh yeah.
the one less. Tell me this isn't an island. Okay, that's good. Yep, that's why you can't be greedy.
Good that you won the die roll.
Oh, I wish I did it now, because at least I get an extra card. I definitely don't want on the die roll when I'm going to 5.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Number 3.
All right, well, put this on the bottom and okay, I might go into 4. Very bad. All right, 1 card.
Lord. Soldering, go. This looks like turn 2 Triskelion. I've seen worse things in my life for a mulligan to 5.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think I just have to be coy. 1 card. Yeah, I can't do anything, so I'll Juxtapose. And we don't no creatures to trade, and I'll trade you a tap mana vault for a solar.
I take 2 mana in my pool.
Okay. Yep. And you take 1 damage because you have a tap mana vault.
Let's do it like that. I will keep that one tapped and mark it with a counter. That's way easier, and you just untap the mana vault.
Yeah, if one of these goes to the graveyard, we have to then pay attention then.
Oh yeah.
I'll leave this here. I'll use a sideboard card just to flip over, because if it doesn't go, if it goes to the side graveyard, one of them, I'm going to screw it up. Okay. All right. Time Twister. Not Time Twister, but not terrible.
Oh yeah, I need to counterspell that.
All right, it's your turn. No cards.
Oh, 18.
18.
And go.
Okay. Oh wow, at the top deck.
Psyblast it.
Okay, shoot you 3 times, so you take 5.
And I go to 12 with the.
Yep.
No, actually, I cracked the Lotus and untap it, so I stay at 13.
Okay.
Draw. Oh, sorry. Factory. Surrender and attack for 3.
15.
Pass the turn.
Your turn.
This one stays tapped. I go to 12.
And
No,
you take
11, I'm sorry. And then I try to attack for 7.
At 8.
Pass the turn.
I really need help. Well, time walk. That's just nothing. That doesn't really help. Two, 3, 4. Yep, that's a soul ring. Fireball your dib.
Yep.
Your turn.
So I go to 10 because of the mana vault. Play a land, attack you for 4.
4. I don't know what card can save me. Oh, you got it.
Top deck the Time Walk as well.
I mean, starting from 5 cards with a
Yeah,
bad hand is
this.
really. I had just I have a juxtapose. That's all I had in mana sources. So yeah, I mean
I
from
had the
there it's
fear
just.
that the last card is a trike, and trike turn one is messy.
I mean, I was losing if I was going to 4 cards, and I was losing if I stayed at 5 cards. It just was
That's true.
nothing I
And
could do
at
about
least you
it.
had mana. You could cast the top deck Triskelions. I mean, 2 Triskelions in a row is pretty good with 6 mana on the board. Also, the Juxtapose giving me the mana vault was great.
Well, I had no other play on turn 1, right? I had the last card in my hand was that, so at least take away a Soul Ring, I can maybe slow you down.
Yeah.
That's all I could do from that position. All right, 1, 2, or 3.
Number 1.
Okay, we'll keep. But yeah, I can't feel too bad going to 5 and then not being able to really do anything.
What pile?
Pile 2.
2, 4, 5. Keep.
Okay. And your upkeep. Ancestral.
Yeah. Soul Ring again. Pass the turn. Yeah.
I won't play this yet. I'll sack this for black.
Yeah.
I'll cast a Demonic Tutor.
Yeah.
1 floating.
Yeah.
1 floating still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pass turn, 5 cards.
Ancestral myself.
Yep.
This card surrendered and pass the turn.
Play land.
Yeah.
Recall for 1.
Sure.
Get back Ancestral.
Yeah.
Attempt to play it Ancestral. There we go. Good force spike. Your turn. That did some work.
Your turn.
Okay.
Soul good.
Strike. Okay. I have one card. Your turn.
Oh, can't play that. Lul. Your turn. I have no City of Brass in hand. No City of Brass.
Okay, we'll untap.
Cool.
We'll play a land.
Yeah.
And it's your turn.
Go.
Play a bird.
Sure.
Your turn.
Island. Go.
Play a bayou.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Hey, factory. Pressure is on. Go.
Your turn.
Swing.
18.
2, 4, 6, 8. Guess what? Discard City of Brass. Go.
Yeah, your turn. 16.
Discard Serendipity. Pass the turn.
Time walk.
Sure.
Strip the factory.
Okay.
Pass turn. 2 cards.
Lotus and try to cast Rain Gazer for 5.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Discard 1, 2. I'm not seeing the force spike here anymore. 2, 4, 6, 8. And it's random.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
Okay. It's your turn.
Mox Jet. Try to cast Chaos.
Yeah.
Try to take out City in a Bottle.
Okay.
Play City of Breasts. Dip.
Okay.
Go.
Cast Juxtapose. Okay. I wouldn't get too excited. I'll cast Juxtapose.
Okay, resolves.
Okay. You have a tap mana vault. That's the highest casting cost.
Yep.
And you have a Bird of Paradise.
Okay.
And I will use your highest casting cost as a Soul Ring. And I have a Serendip. And I will play another bird.
Yep.
That's a Soul Ring, that's a Serendip, and I have 1 card. Pass turn.
And I got a mana wall tapped, right?
Yep, you have a tap mana vault and a bird.
Draw. Dip. Flying Man. Pass the turn.
Okay. And did you take damage from the vault or you
Yep.
untapped it?
From the wall.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
You take 1 damage from the dip.
Yep.
And I Psyblast the dip. Oh, Psyblast the dip.
In my upkeep.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so 15 dib is gone. I will draw for turn.
Yeah.
Okay, I will cast Juxtapose.
Not again! Yes.
I will give you another tap Manifold.
Yep.
And you take another bird.
Yep.
And I will get back a dib, and I also get back what is your highest casting ghost artifact is a jet. So we do switch.
Yep.
And I will say pass turn.
Untap. I untap 1 mana vault. The question is, can I untap the other one with that one and take 0 damage?
No. If you did that, you would just take damage from a different mana vault. So how mana vault works is when you're about to draw a card, if a mana vault is untapped, you're taking a damage. So if you tap 1 mana vault to untap a different one, then the other one you're going to take the damage from. But so you untapped one and did not untap the other, right?
Exactly.
So and you're
I'm at 15.
Okay, so I missed something. Okay.
Yeah. Go.
Okay, I go to 14. Dib.
Yeah.
Oh. Swing with the dib.
1 bird is.
Okay, 1 bird.
Gone.
So I'm using tokens. 1 bird is my graveyard.
Yeah.
And I have 2 cards. Pass turn.
I untap the other mana vault, draw for the turn, and pass the turn.
Okay, I'm going to go to 13 with the dib. Draw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to swing.
Block. 4 damage. Bounce the dip.
Okay, the dip is gone.
In my hand.
Okay. I'll play a land for turn.
Yeah.
Soul Ring and a jet. I will use the jet. No, I will use the Soul Ring. It doesn't matter if they're just tokens. I will use the Soul Ring, your Soul Ring, to cast my Soul Ring.
Okay.
I have 1 floating.
Yeah.
I have 3 floating. I will use 2 of them in the red, and I'm going to cast Wheel, and I have 1 colorless floating.
Yeah.
And I did play a land. So I have 1 floating. Red, black. 1, 2. 1. This is a jet. 2. 1, 2. Are those birds? What are those? Before I do anything, what are the black cards again?
This is mana vault, and this is 1 bird.
So those are 2 mana vaults.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. I will mind twist you for 7. And I have 1 bird left over.
Yeah, that's fine.
We will say I have 6 cards. Pass turn.
Attack with flying man.
12.
Another flying man. Pass the turn.
Okay. Oh, this is gone. Alright. Draw.
Yeah.
7 cards. This is the jet. We're going to regrowth.
Yep.
City in a bottle.
Yep.
I will play a bottle. This is Soul Ring. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. You feel hurt or you don't care?
No, I don't care. Your turn.
I Island, go.
Okay. Draw. We'll play land.
Yep.
Play a really cool card. Dance a many.
Yep.
Which makes a token. And I'll copy the trike.
Yes.
Swing for 4.
Block with the bird.
Okay. I will play a Sullivan.
Yeah.
And I have 3 cards. Your turn.
Plus 6 is 14. Go.
Counter.
Yeah.
Okay. Draw. Chaos Sword.
You need to pay 2 blue for the token, right?
Ah, yeah.
I mean, you have the mana, you will.
Swing.
Yeah, so I take 8, I go to 7.
Your turn. Yep. I mean, I had them out, so I also have just no lands in hand, so I wasn't going to be
And
doing
it's
that.
your sideboard?
Yeah, let's do it. Those were 2 interesting games.
100% those Juxtapose were too good.
I mean, I had 3 of them at one time in my hand. I wasn't happy about it. I mean, I was just like, oh my god. But that 4 spike was really good. You got my Ancestral Recall.
That's true. Neat. Go off my boarding plan. So I want to start. Did I left in the 4 spikes? Who knows?
Who knows? That's the fun part about it. And I will find out in the sideboard tech. I mean, there's a lot of cards I can bring in. I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I'm just going to go for it. Pile 2.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, actually, the meme I sent you today was super fun.
All right. Well, 1, 2, or 3.
Number 1.
Okay. And you'll be on the play.
Yes. Oh.
Okay, we're gonna try it. Take a little chance.
Go.
Okay. Oh, this is so funny. Okay. I mean, I have the same card as you, but this is my top deck. It's really good. Your turn.
Why do I betray myself all the time? Go.
Well, if you have a strip mine, I'm completely screwed.
No, I have no strip mine.
It is my only
I
land.
had without blue mana. It's just sort of library and
This is my only mana source, but I am not good enough to like throw that away. I just always think in Swedish. It's like, what's the chance? You pass?
Yeah, same with me.
Oh man,
yeah, I passed. That's why I
man,
kept the non-blue.
you did that. You did the same thing as me. This was my only mana source.
I always tell the people on camera, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't keep your hand.
It's funny. We both did the same thing. Just my top deck was better than yours. Your turn.
Chaos Orb. Pass the turn.
Oh, lucky you. All right. I'll draw.
Yeah.
Well, still no. I still don't have a mana source, so I have this. But yeah, this is not going to be good for me. Your turn.
Destroy the library immediately.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Go. 2, 4, 6.
Okay, that's a good top deck. Your turn. 6 cards.
Thinking. Go.
Twist for 3.
Response Ancestral.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 5. 8 cards.
Just one.
1,
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
3. Okay.
Yep.
Mana Drain, Brain Gazier, Neft Disc.
I'd say that's pretty good. Your turn.
Another Factory.
I can almost see your hand.
And a Energy Flux.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Okay. This will pay for itself. I will draw for turn. We will disenchant Flux.
Yep.
So this is exactly why I redesigned Dom's sideboard. You can support white. You just need it. Your turn.
Energy Flux.
Okay.
Your turn.
Pay for itself. Draw. Disenchant.
Yep.
And your turn.
Dip. Pass
Okay.
the turn.
Oh, have some land. One floating.
Yep.
We'll red blast the dip.
Yep.
Your turn.
attack for 4.
You go to 15. Okay. I will. I'll maze 1.
Pump the other one.
Okay.
So it's
14.
Your turn.
You're tapped out.
Yep.
We'll go to 13. We'll red blast your guy.
Yeah, sure. No carpets. No love for a carpet.
Play a land for turn.
Yeah.
We'll play Twister.
Sure.
I played a land already.
I have no idea.
I did.
2, 4,
2.
6, 7. Yeah, 7 cards. Nice. Yeah.
Trike.
Yep.
And your turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards.
I Side Blast the Trike. Go to take 5.
No, I'm going to respond to that. I'm going to red blast that.
I counterspell that.
Okay, then you take 5.
Yeah.
You go to 10. Or 9.
And go.
Okay. Let me think about this vault for a second. Yeah, we'll untap this thing.
Sure.
And we'll draw.
Yeah.
I will play a land for turn. A maze.
That's it.
Guess bird.
Yeah.
And one second. Let me see. You have one. What's tap? Okay. I'm not gonna play that bird.
Sure.
I'm not gonna play the bird. Well, how did I play the bird? This tap for this.
Bird
Okay.
for bird, so
Yep.
it doesn't matter which one.
Yep. Go to 12. And did I play a land? No, I did not play a land.
You did not play. Yep.
I'll bring Guzzer for 5.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I will go to discard.
Yeah.
And your turn. 7 cards.
I strip a mace.
Okay.
Then I try to attack 4.
Okay, I take 3. Go to 9.
I go to 8 and play a dip.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
I'm going to think about this for a second.
Yeah.
And you're tapped out. I will go to 8.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw.
Yeah.
I'll play a land for turn.
Yeah.
Okay, we will cast Juxtapose.
Yeah, sure.
And you take a tap bird
Yeah.
and a tap mana vault.
And you
And you could choose. So Pearl, you want to give me?
Yeah.
You want to give me Pearl or Jet? Pearl.
I don't know.
Okay, and I take your
Pearl's
dib.
tapped.
Pearl's tapped. Okay. We're going to... I would have libraried first, and then I would cast Juxtapose. I'll tap this, and I will play Ancestral Recall.
Yeah.
2, 3. I'll play a Jet. I'll cast a Bird.
Yeah.
I'll cast Time Walk.
Yes.
6 cards. What is this? This is a Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay, untap. Not too messy. We're going to take 1 damage
From the dip.
from the dib. And I will draw.
And 1 damage from the wall.
No, this is your vault.
Oh, this is my wall. It's yours somewhere. Yeah.
7 cards, I'll draw.
Yep.
I'll swing for 3.
Yep.
Go to 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6.
Yep.
That's it. And we will say, actually, I don't want to do that. I want to play this guy instead.
Okay.
And I have 7 cards. Your turn.
I go to 4.
Okay.
I draw. Leyland. Thinking. Sorry, it's
Take your time.
Phantasmal Forces.
Okay.
Time walk.
Red blast.
Then it's your turn.
How many cards do you have?
1.
Okay, I have 6 cards. Go to 6. Draw. I will shoot your guy for 1.
Yep.
I will swing for 3.
Block.
Okay. Another one.
Yep. And I'm done.
Mana drain 2. Should we play one more, or is
Yeah,
that...
let's play one more.
Okay, let's do it.
I start.
mean, the disenchants were really good. I mean, it's really good. But I expect from mono blue to see energy flux.
Yeah, right. Let's see.
All right, pile 3.
Pile 2 for you. Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Ooh, really good. Good start.
Not if you have a strip mine again. Or Sideboard.
Don't have it yet, at least. You know what? I'm going to do something differently. I'll cast Time Walk.
Sure.
I think that's better. And your turn, 4 cards.
One second. Go.
Okay. I'll play a land for turn.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll play this. I'll tutor 1 floating.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I have 2 cards. Pass turn. Be careful, almost your hand.
I did not play that one. Pass the turn.
Disenchant.
Yep.
1 card left. Your turn. No, 1 card.
Go.
2 cards. Your turn. I'll mana drain that. I have 1 mana, and just pass turn.
Go.
Your turn.
Go.
How many cards do you have? Mine twist. 5.
Respawns. Purpose recall you.
Okay, I will respond and put a white mana
Sure.
in my pool, and that happens.
Crack the blue, still in response to Psyblast to you, and
16, that resolves.
Mm-hmm.
The Cyblast resolves when it's 16, you're at 18.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, and I boomerang your bird, and then I discard 2.
Okay. With 1 mana, I will play the Soul Ring.
Sure.
2 mana, 1 floating, 1 floating. It's in the graveyard. Your turn. I have 2 cards.
Go.
Okay. Pass turn. 3 cards.
Go. Yeah.
Your turn.
Go.
Your turn.
Go.
Strike. Red.
Yeah, that's fine. Resolve.
Okay, it's your turn.
End of your turn, Herpes recall you.
We'll rep that. 2 cards.
Yep. Factory, go.
Okay, we will untap this thing. We'll swing.
Sure,
14. We'll bring Geyser for 7. Okay. It's your turn.
Go.
We'll untap 1 Vault. And I'll go to 15. So untap. Swing. 10. It's your turn.
Go.
We'll untap this Mana Vault.
Sure.
Swing.
Yeah.
Pass turn.
Go.
So untaps. Swing. Sure.
Block, count.
Sure. Okay. I'll maze it for whatever that's worth after damage.
Yeah.
And pass turn.
And yours? Yeah, let's go to the sideboard tech, I guess.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that should be. Sorry, need to think what I brought in.
Yeah, I always have to look at a deck photo. I never remember these things.
Man, this is super messy. I hope I did it right. in.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Well, 9 for 9 adds up.
Fit. 4 and 1 card is missing. I guess 1 boomerang. I hope I'm. Yeah. So I start. Yeah, I didn't bring in the maces. Because maybe I should have, because you're trying to steal my creatures, and that would be better to just untap the Surrender, which would be super helpful. Blue blasts. I mean, I do not play around the like 3 red blasts you have, and I still have like 5 counter spells. That should be more than enough. 2 control magics. I think they're too slow. And I think against a deck which has a lot of artifact creatures, I want the energy fluxes more. I brought in 3 energy flux because you're a super heavy artifact deck and I want to hurt you a little bit. Sadly, you always had a disenchant, so they didn't work well. Boomerangs were okay, but I think maybe it is better to go with the maces instead of those, because I was never able to bounce the city in a bottle. The Hercules recall felt pretty solid. Sadly, they got countered every time, so I can't really tell, but I think they're okay. I boarded out a lot of creatures, because at least the 4 Arabians. Maybe I should have kept those 4 and took out the Serendips to be not so affected by City in a Bottle, but yeah, like paying always the 1 blue is kind of hard. Yeah, but this was my sideboard plan.
So you kept in the 4 spikes?
Yes.
Okay, I actually thought you took them out.
Actually, I bought it a little bit different. I took those 4 out and took in the 4 spikes when I was on the play.
Okay, that actually makes sense. I was going to guess that you were going to take those out because I normally see people do that because you almost don't even need it because you play scared a little bit afterwards once you get caught once. But okay, cool plan. So I'm not sure if this was right, but cards I really wanted, the red blasts were mandatory. If you're playing mono blue and I'm heavy in artifacts, I'm expecting energy flux, but I don't want to bring in 4 because you don't really have any other targets. So I thought 3 was the right number. The mazes are really great. I don't need white mana unlike a swords, which these could have been swords in the sideboard, but I thought mazes made more sense because I don't need any colored mana to be able to cast it. And you have dibs, and which is going to deal you damage. So, and I actually want you to keep the dib on the board anyway, so then I can juxtapose it and steal it. So I think maze is super good. So if you have dibs or Shazams, maze helps me let you keep them on the board until I'm ready to take it. And I thought balance was good, just in case you're playing multiple flying men. I only have 1 city in a bottle main. You do have Phantasmal Forces, so I thought this as a failsafe made sense. The cards I thought that I could take out, the Dance of Many are really spicy, but they're a little bit on the slow side. I didn't think that trying to go back to my graveyard was necessary. The red blasts are just better than counterspell. You're an aggressive deck. I didn't think that Sullivan and taking extra cards necessarily made sense. The fireball I didn't also think was needed. You don't have weenie creatures, and while it's a great finisher because I end up with a lot of mana, I just thought I'd rather this as a disenchant for sure. And disc the idea to disc is, as I said in the sideboard tech, I don't want to play with any artifacts that would give me the highest casting cost. I'm assuming if I play an artifact, I have to give it to my opponent, that I need to juxtapose to deal with the creature, and I don't want to give my opponent a Thanos' Coffin, which is what was in this list originally, to do the trike trick, but I don't want to give my opponent Thanos' Coffin, so I don't like any Nombos in deck. So I thought disc made sense, because this will act in game 1 as a failsafe, and I can transmute for it if I need it, so that makes transmute better. And I can always blow this up, so this would not be something I give to my opponent, so I can still go back to the either give Bottle is the highest casting cost, a tap mana vault, or a mana rock, like a Soul Ring or a Moxen. So this is what I took out. You don't obviously play red. You're not heavy on artifacts, so that was going to make sense. If you had weenie creatures, this would be great. And I thought 4 disenchants was too much what you're doing, and our playing of the game twos, 3 turned out to be the perfect number of disenchants. I actually really like this version of the list. The mono blue is really beautiful, but I thought this was a lot of fun to play, and you get all the restricted cards playing the multicolor deck. So, but I think overall I was much more lucky than you. I was able to mind twist you a couple times, and that certainly made a difference. And then one game, I was able to trip your library before you were able to get rid of mine.
I
really,
kept that greedy hand. I always say it. I always say don't
but
keep
it's so
the library
funny. We
hand,
both did the
only
same thing.
libraries.
I had only library in my hand, and you had only library. Like we both kept only because of that card. So you always say don't do it. I admit that I'm not good enough to. I'm too greedy, and I'm not taking a mulligan once I see that, especially on the play on the draw. I mean, Mitja, thank you very much for episode 73. We hope the viewers enjoyed it. 2 different decks, as always, in Brewers Tavern. We look forward to seeing you at episode 74, where again, we will brew up something that's completely new, and we look forward to that. We hope you like and subscribe to the video, and bye for now, and see you soon, everyone.
Bye bye.